Well, I must say, during that year, 1964, I was living in the South and teaching people at soda fountains how to make a chocolate ice cream soda, since they didn't know how. And I explained that you had to have at least 4 scoops of ice cream. And they didn't know any better, so I had the best summer of all time. Anyway, thank you, Harvey. And now Julie is our table topics master. She's going to offer all of you, or some of you, the opportunity to speak extemporaneously. And she will let you know a little more in detail about
So, for this week, along with the topic of ecstatic moments, I would like people to tell me something about, or the first person to tell me something about their childhood. Childhood experiences are always wonderful while you're in the moment, and later you can look back to it and have other feelings. Bob Avalone, would you?
Yeah, anyway.
Oh.
Yes.
Sandy, would you like to tell us about a childhood experience when you were?
He has a role.
Oh, sorry.
If you don't have a role, please raise your hand.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mo, would you like to tell us about a childhood experience when you were ecstatic?
I'm gonna have to think about that. I was so excited and jubilant at the opportunity to be able to come up here and say something to you all. So I think when I'm trying to look back and think about a time specifically, I can tell you that my entire childhood, when I look back at it, I look at it with absolute gratitude. I was very lucky to have 2 wonderful parents who were just always very supportive and told me, follow your dreams and do whatever makes you happy. And I look back at my childhood with great gratitude, because every day, as each day goes by and I live my life, I realize how important that is. And I'm sure that even 20 years down the line, I would feel even more ecstatic thinking about the fact that I had them in my life, and they were such a strong feature of support for me. So thank you so much for letting me say this.
Raise your hands again if you don't have a role. Make it easy.
Al Davis, would you like to share with us an experience, a jubilant experience, about a vacation that you had?
You get an experience I had?
Yes.
I've never really thought of the trip I took to Egypt about 12 years ago as a jubilant experience. I would say that certain aspects of it were ecstatic, in the sense of, ecstatic as a word comes from the Greek word ecstasis, or ecstasis, however it's pronounced, which really refers more to a heightened state of consciousness. And we hear the word ecstasy regarding like the Persian poet Rumi or Saint Teresa of Avila, people who have really achieved some sort of temporary, or in some cases maybe even permanent, higher state of consciousness. I wouldn't say I got quite any higher state of consciousness in Egypt, but it was very obvious when I was there that whoever put together the pyramids, whoever put together the Sphinx, and all these other wonderful, wonderful things were working from a very different place of consciousness than what we consider our day-to-day normal, quote-unquote, state of consciousness. And other examples of this would be if you visited Chartres Cathedral or Notre Dame before the burning, you can have seen something of the same thing. These are people who really understood something that we do not understand on a day-to-day basis.
Hands up again. If you don't have a roll, put your hands up.
You're not out.
This spring has been very interesting with so many days of rain, but there may have also been some good experiences that people had during this time. Ekow, can you tell me about an amazing experience you had this spring?
Thank you for the opportunity. During my classes hours this spring, I decided to take the opportunity to go to Cancun, Mexico, when we got a break in school. And then at Cancun, Mexico, I decided to go swim with the dolphins when I saw an advert on Facebook. So I checked in and then I got a ticket. So I got there, I learned a lot, and then I also got to swim with the dolphins. They taught me how dolphins are able to save lives, and I feel it was like a great experience for me to learn about the damage that we are doing to the sea, and then how is this affecting the life of these animals in the sea. And now it makes me very conscious of the things that I do, how I relate with the environment, and then how I talk to people. Yes, thank you very much.
Sometimes our expectations of an experience can be different from reality. Mary Alice, can you share with us a time when you were not excited about something and it turned out to be better than you expected, or a time when you were very excited about something and it turned out to be very disappointing?
This is quite recent. In fact, it's currently going on. My pulmonologist, whom I see annually because I have sort of lifelong asthma, suggested that I have physical therapy for breathing. This sounded like some kind of thing that was, just, I thought, well, I'd better do it. In fact, it has turned out to be inspiring and is changing my attitude to some extent about exercise, which I was already committed to. And I have a feeling that it's going to just be a marvelous thing. It's hard to explain exactly how it has turned out to be so inspiring, but it's one of those things. You never know how something is going to turn out, and it's a good thing to try things.
Rob, we'll close up shop.
That's it. It's 12:42. Thank you so much for Table Topics.